Hey guys, Friday here with Sweaty Pixels. We're tackling Nightmare Finale, Orcs Must Die. This is going to be a strategy, walkthrough, let's play, whatever you want to call it. High score strategy. Anyways, I'm basically doing my strategy I did for my high score I got on War Mage. It's just a little more
It's about
hectic
to get dark in here, friend.
and Nightmare. So I know it's kind of crazy, but I go for my fire archers pretty early. But yeah, they seems to work for me. So I get them set up as fast as I can. I usually put them in stacks of 3 or 4 on either side, each corner of the rift like that. As you see, I always try to put one close to the stairs to try to maybe block someone from walking into the rift real easy. I'm gonna try to soften this guy up, or kill him. Let's get some lightning down. Always get your little lightning storm down. Always. Get those combos going. And I think partly why this is easy to get a high score with this build is because you do have the fire archers, or the archers, the flame arrows rather. You have them so early, and they're helping you generate those. They may be small combos, 3s and 4s, but pretty much every orc you kill, you get a 3 or 4 combo on when you have them around and you have your lightning down. So. Now looking back, well, actually, the reason I go like with a guardian heavy kind of build opposed to the traps early on is because the orcs and everyone they come so sporadically through the lanes. So even though like right now they're coming from the 3 o'clock side. They're not gonna just pour in through those 2 lanes. They're gonna come in through the lanes on 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And I'm just running down to help kill the sappers that are coming. But the paladins will as the paladin's gonna go in there. He's gonna play some defense so your archers don't die, which is important because especially on Nightmare we don't get more. once your guardians die, you don't get more. The dead guardian takes up a guardian spot, so they count towards your total amount, and they also take up a spot on the ground that you can't do anything with. So we try to keep those alive. Yeah. So now I got the overpowered springs or overcoil, whatever it is. Looks like am I gonna accept it? Yes, maybe. No. Yes. Yes. No. Oh, the suspense was killing me. All right. So now, if I remember right, I'm gonna start trying to go for. I think that one might have been a mistake, but I think I'm gonna start going for my standard tar trap grinder. Barricades, but yeah, so you have to be a little creative in these first rounds because you're spread so thin with both money and across the actual across these actual lanes. Usually you're covering 4 lanes. I don't even have any archers right there, so that orc could just waltz right in. Luckily, you always try to keep an eye on your mini map for stragglers. You shouldn't see red dots where they're not supposed to be. So yeah, at this point, I just probably was focusing on trying to keep my lightning storm up at all times because that's when I was coming through doing this. I think this was actually my first successful run on this map. But I had very intention on trying to get a high score when I was playing this, so like I'm always thinking, all right, is my lightning up? So let's see here, yeah. Eventually, I'm going to turn in each lane stairwell there. I'm going to turn them into a little death pit with grinders and swinging maces. And I'm going to try to defend each lane with barricades, like I have those over there, and then also spring traps on the rift side in case any ogres get through, which they will, and they do. Oh, the ogres come from 6 o'clock. Hi, ogre. So, yeah, if you have your paladins out, they help out a lot since they actually stun those guys. So, just try to kind of cut them around a little bit. Do whatever you can to help out so your paladins don't die. I start getting beat on a little bit here, but that's why you get paladins. And one almost got in the rift, but I believe I think I just used the lightning ring, and the chain lightning was actually able to stop it before it went in there. So, yeah, there we go. Now we got some money, so I'm gonna keep building. We're on round 6. This is gonna be a sapper round. Sappers really suck on this stage. They kill your barricades, they kill you, they kill your guardians. So the paladins can take a couple hits from the sappers, but see, I was like probably had like 1 HP left right there, and the sappers killed a whole batch of archers. Now I'm not all that concerned at this point about losing barricades, but I had 12,000 coin at that point after that round, so I was able to kind of rebuild everything and even start adding in my my go-to build here. My grinder, tar pit, barricade, spikes, mace. And yeah, on some maps you don't always have a low ceiling to hang the mace, but the grinder and the tar pit and some barricades will work anywhere where you have a wall, and you can funnel them against the wall like that. And then the opposite arrow wall does extra damage. Usually, once you have that set up, yeah, mostly any orcs won't be able to pass. So, don't know why I took a break here. Maybe the dog was barking. Okay. We're back. So, yeah, and we're just gonna keep adding in our standard here, and you know, in a nightmare you rush a little more. So like I think I did a couple facepalm moves. I put like I put an arrow wall where grinder should have went at one point on this thing, but hey, it happens. You're a little more pressed for time on nightmare, so you don't always do everything perfectly. But yeah, as you can see, the trap build is really starting to pay off. You know, you're not really having a hard time defending anything. So, and I think I'm just at this point, I'm going to try to make sure I have a decent setup at every stairwell entrance. I'm looking for whatever's left alive. Okay. So I need just a couple things here. Grinder and my arrow wall. Oh, the mace. Yeah, the mace is probably on this stage is probably the most important thing, because that's the thing that's going to do the most damage to the ogres as they're coming through that little hole that you're making there. So, I'm playing for a grinder. I think just now that lane on my right is the only open stairwell, and currently they're coming from the ones facing straight ahead, so it's not that big a deal. Yeah, this is round 9. This is just orcs. So getting some pretty decent combos. Now I don't have a spring trap up, but I get it up quick enough to launch the ogre back. Now in retrospect, if I were to go back and do this again, I probably would get the spring traps up a little quicker. But like I said, when you're a nightmare, you're just, and especially when you're spread this thin, like trying to cover up, you know, eight different lanes, it's hard to remember all that. So let's see. Yeah, this lane's about, yeah, this round's about done. So I'm gonna try to. I probably shouldn't even have done that, because this is I know round 10's a sapper round, and they come from, I think, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and yeah, you're gonna lose some barricades here if you have them up. You just know that. At this point, you just gotta hope you don't lose a bunch of your archers or your paladin, or you die. But yeah, so I got an ogre coming up in that spot where I have my whole setup still, which is good. They didn't get those barricades, but he made it right through because he didn't have any spring traps. So I'm gonna try to cut him back through a little bit. Paladin helped out. Spring traps, and yeah, now this is where you're gonna have to really try to get some defense for not so much this round, but round 12. You're gonna have a lot of ogres, and as you'll see, they cause a little bit. They cause some problems. So the spring traps really make dealing with those very easy, you know, and they also make it very possible to score some high combos, because anytime I've gotten a ×10 combo has been having spring traps in the mix. Oh, an ice guy got through. Son of a bitch. So, doing my best to help out. I probably should have went for some headshots, but just spamming away, hoping my paladin doesn't die. He didn't. So we're in the last round, and I think if I remember right, I probably scrambled to get up. Yeah, see, that was a waste. At this point, I should have just got spring traps up and nothing else. Now I only have 1,100 coin left to put up spring traps, which I need for defense. I could have just had spring traps there, and if an ogre did come up that lane, he would have just kept getting thrown back until I was ready to deal with him, which would have been good. But now I got a couple spots that are completely undefended with spring traps, and they're gonna end up getting through, and I'm gonna have to deal with them with my crossbow. And armored ogres and the crossbow does not work very well. And if you have your sword, the sword works pretty good, but freaking crossbow sucks. But yeah, guys, there you go. That's my strategy for finale nightmare. 5 skulls, and you're able to actually post a pretty good high score with that too. I was able to get that number 3 score right there without having played it on nightmare. So yeah, it works. So if you guys are having trouble with this stage, give it a shot. This has been Friday with Sweaty Pixels, guys, and thanks for watching.